Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, as you can see, we're going to go through my Colourpop palettes and reshuffle things because I have not been using these like at all. Maybe I'll do one look with this one a year. I haven't touched this in a long time. It's been more of a collectible type of thing. These two I've had for a while now and haven't touched them or rarely touched them. And this is new, and it's what actually prompted this video. The It's a Mood palette. I talked about it in a Get Ready With Me, and it's a beautiful color story, but the shimmers are not impactful. There's two glitters that I wouldn't use on a daily basis, and just overall I'm not inspired to use it, and I haven't been using it, and it's a pity because the mattes are good. I've been as you can see, it has been used. I used almost all color stories at least once. The mattes are good, and I'd like to try to get some more use out of it before I declutter it. Part of the issue may also be the fact that I'm very much into neutrals, and yeah, haven't been really using color on my eyes very much lately, except for the usual military greens. So what I want to do today is go through these color stories and shuffle them around and see if I can make a big palette like this that I actually want to use. Small comment, this was the palette was in the sun, but there's no sun, it's winter. There's no sun, and I haven't had it, it hasn't been out for that long. And this is just damage from the light. It's a pity because you can really see the stripe. Anyways, these are the palettes we're going to talk about today. I have two more Colourpop palettes, which are these two that I don't want to touch because I love them. One is the Mandalorian, the Child palette. The first one, I really like it, and these two shimmers are good. This one is okay. This one I don't like. Actually, these three shimmers are good, and this one I don't like. But I love the color story of this one, and I'm not going to touch it. And the other one is the Raw Beauty Christie, which I also love. I almost don't use these shimmers, but the mattes are really, really good. So I'm not going to touch these two today. I do want to try to play around with these. Starting with probably opening them up. The Dream St palette was a collaboration with Kathleen Knights, and I've had it for a while, and yeah, I don't use it, but it has some nice eyeshadows in there, so I want to see if I want to switch around some things. The Colourpop Good Sport, as you can see, this one actually has been well loved, and especially I use this green, the burgundy, the gold. But for example, I never ever use these cool tones, and this one right here because it's not interesting. This purple I don't use, this one I do. So I want to see a little bit what I can do. I think this one I need to rotate a little bit, and maybe there's duplicates even because I'm looking at this burgundy and this one. Let's see. First of all, I need to find out how to depot these. I never did this before, and it looks like a spatula. No, won't fit. I have the Inglot little magnet that they sell, and I want to see if that, oh yeah, that works. Hopefully it doesn't ruin the eyeshadows too much, but this is how they look like. There's no name behind it, and that's unfortunate because how am I going to know how to put them back? I might need to write on the back of these. The palettes, at least the plastic ones, come with little magnets in the pans there, and I'm gonna quickly write down the shade names because otherwise I'm gonna be in trouble. So I'm not gonna take everything out like I did for the Natasha Denona ones, but I'm gonna take out the shades that I'd like to repurpose or move. This is a beautiful, beautiful rich brown from the Wild Child palette. Then from this palette, let me see. Oh, this is a nice shimmer. This one came broken, but also seems really nice. Yeah, this one is a little bit more glittery, whereas this one is a proper shimmer. And maybe this dark brown is also nice. I don't know if this one is interesting. It's more of a satiny shadow, but at least these three I think I want to take out. And probably also the other two mattes. But I want to see first how much of duplicates these have in these palettes. So these are all very nice. Oh, this one. The other browns that we have are this one that is a much darker and more neutral, and this one, which is a cooler brown. Now, I don't think I need to pull out Nutty. This one can stay there. I don't really need it. This guy right here and this guy right here are quite similar. So I think one is enough. And I think I'll leave this one where it is. This is a cream shade. It does not really show a lot of sparkle. And here we have a little bit of a more peachy. It looks actually much cooler in the pan than it shows on the skin. It's a little bit more desaturated and peachy. And then what I actually am excited about is these shimmers are really good. 1, 2, and 3 are so good from the Going Coconuts palette. Like proper nice shimmer. So these 3 I want to get out for sure. And the rest I probably will leave. If I take a look at this shade right here, it's called Full Circle. It reminds me a little bit of the one in the Wild Child, but with much less sparkle. I hope you can see it. It's quite boring, this one, so I'll take that one out, and I rather put in the one from the Wild Child palette, which is called Fierce. I am afraid I'm gonna be breaking these, and I can't really push from the back. The palette has a huge magnetic sheet on the back of the whole thing, which is quite interesting to see, I must say. Makes me think that maybe you could actually cut out and make it a regular magnetic palette without the slots, so that much more shadows would fit. I know Gina from Faces by Gina on Instagram has been doing this, and it's been super fascinating to see. Way too much work from what I am comfortable doing, but very cool. These are also 2 very boring shimmers. They don't really look very impactful on the eyes, I find. Love Song and Dream On. So I want to switch them out, and I want to swatch the what is it called? Surrender as well, because this is a gold. And if I'm gonna switch out these 2, I was thinking of throwing in maybe this gold. That's very similar, actually. So maybe not. But maybe I could throw in a yellow matte to go with that gold that I would think I would like. Then a shade that I will definitely never use is this pink. It's also super boring and not really that impactful on the eye. They actually look way better in the lighting that I have on than what they show up on the eyes, unfortunately. So I'll get rid of that one as well. And I might put in rather some of these beautiful rose golds from Good Sport, because this one, for example, it's one of my favorite rose golds, and I haven't used it in a long time. Let me swatch it for you. There we go. Gorgeous. And not like anything else that is in this palette. Now I have to remind myself if these were good or not, but no, they don't seem like very good. They're duochromes, but they're not very shiny or particularly interesting, so I'm gonna let those sit there. I also want to get the I wanted to get the glitters out because they are just very messy. Let's continue swatching. As I said, it's the shimmers that really disappointed me, so I want to check which ones I'd like to keep, and I think none of these is interesting enough for me to keep. Let's say this one. This one's also super boring, whereas I do love this dark green. So I'm gonna remove all of these, and this is a matte with glitter inside, and it's pointless. So I'm gonna remove all of these as well. I might actually have to remove everything to rearrange it, so that is also still an option in my head. Very well, all my good intentions of keeping it quite organized have gone out of the window. I'm gonna pull everything out to make color stories and then decide what to keep in this palette and then what not to. I already removed the ones I didn't like, but it's getting too complicated otherwise, and I see like maybe there's too many of the same colors in here, so everything out it is. So I took out all of the shadows that I did want from the other palettes for sure, and then we'll see how to build this. But it's a 5x6 palette, so I'm gonna start doing a 5x6 color story, and then let's see how we end up with, or what we end up with. The words are difficult. Okay, this is what I come to, and I already like it so much more. However, I am wondering whether I need these two, both dark purples in this palette. This one swatches horribly, and it's quite cool toned, so I don't really see myself using it. This one is more of a purple. I guess I'll keep this purple, and then we have the one from Good Sport. They all swatch horribly. I guess my hand now is very dry from the wipe that I used to clean it. But there's also this very nice light one that is a little bit cooler toned that I think might fit very nicely in here, if not even like in this. Nah, it was with the purples, so maybe it can be with the purples and here. So removing this one from It's a Mood. And then I'm left with these shades. Now, I don't know if I need a very light peach, I guess. And I also know that I have like double the burgundy and double the teals. Because these are similar but not exactly the same type of eyeshadow. This one is from It's a Mood. And this one is from Good Sport. And I find them different. Similar situation with this one is from Dream St. I just dunk my nail. And this one is from It's a Mood. Different. Well, one is lighter, one is darker. Maybe I don't need both teals, one could argue. But then I think I prefer the dark teal compared to the light teal. But then again, I also like the idea of having a light teal. Difficult. Let me swatch this color story, for example. We have a light transition shade, a sparkly, very messy shimmer, and another orange. And then I actually would see that one go with this darker shade right here, or this darker shade right here. So actually that's a color story rather than the purples. And then I still have out here this one from Dream St. That's a nice shimmer. But to be honest, yeah, I can probably do without because I have these other shimmers. This one is from Good Sport. That is a nice like copper with some blue shimmer in it, which is really pretty. And then also from Good Sport, oh no, this one is from Dream St. Sorry, there's this rose gold that I really like, that I would prefer to have. So I think I'll put this one back into the Dream St. And that leaves me like this. Not super happy with the color story in terms of, I have a random coral here, but I think the coral will look quite nice paired with the gold and with the burgundies. Maybe, maybe not. But this is the color story that I come up with. Let me swatch it all and show you the final results. Okay, here we go. This is the palette swatched, and this is how it looks inside the packaging. I personally like the color story much more. It is much more me. There's, I don't know, a bit of a more usable color story for me, and they're still arranged in rows, let's say, but I think you can dabble here and there as well. And I'm very happy with how this came out, and I'm excited to use it actually for a change. Again, here's the swatches. And here are the shadows that I have removed from the palette and I don't want to use because I didn't enjoy them. If only these would have been a better quality, I'm sure I would have kept some of them in, probably these two lighter ones. I don't know, just maybe a purple would have been nice, a better quality eyeshadow. It's just it wasn't great. The mattes of this one I like, and the only thing I felt was that maybe there were a few doubles in the really lighter orangey shades, but for the rest, really happy with it. And yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it wasn't too long and boring and chatty, but I love to be able to do this with these palettes because otherwise I would never have used them. I haven't used them in a while. So again, from this one, I love the mattes as well. I just didn't find myself opening it really. And I really like the 3 shimmers that I put in here. This one, the quality was great. There's these 2 shades that I didn't like really, and the fact that the mattes are quite dark, they're suited for a deeper skin tone than me. So yeah, I think with this I can mix in a few things a bit better. Good Sport was always only a few shades that I was using, so those are now incorporated. And from Dream St, I'm happy to have reused some of the shades that were in here. Like this brown is also still super good, but I already have 2 dark browns and I think that's enough. So that said, sorry for the lighting. It started raining and it's a few hours later. It's winter, so it is. My swatched arm, it's all the way to my elbow, and my stained fingers will tell you goodbye. Hope to see you in my next video, and give this one a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any future videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.